as always, shake it out. So it's great to shake it. Good for your nervous system to do stuff like this. It is that there is a reason for it. You're not just kicking out your stress. So yeah, good for the nervous system, and good for your fascia as well. Hydrates the fascia in the body, connective tissue. So bring the arms all the way up, all the way down and round. Lovely. Shake out the feet, both feet. Excellent. And just shake out any tiredness out of the body. Kick it all out. Take it wide and lift it like in a tick-tock motion with the legs out. So you just work into the hip flexors and flush the blood around those hip flexors and the joints of the legs. Excellent. And then push it back. So take the arms and the legs and just push it back. Squeeze a little bit into your bum as you flick back with the hands. Lovely. And then stretch up tall. Nice big reach and a stretch through the side body. Excellent. And then reach it forward, stretching through the back and the shoulders, bending, softening the knees as well. Excellent. And then start to bring it up again. Take it back a tiny bit just to check out your back. Just a tiny bit as you move those arms up. And then bring them all the way down to the side of the body. Going to stretch through side body now. So taking your right hand, actually I think I've changed the mirror image. I think your left is my left now. I'm pretty sure I've changed the visualizations of Zoom. And your right hand's up, so take it all the way up. And stretch and reach down that leg. And feel that lovely side bend. Pull it back up using your core, opposite hand on the leg. Reach up to the ceiling and stretch and bend. And just let those piano hinges come apart. Let's do that again, but this time we'll wrap our hand around the waist. Lift the opposite arm up, doesn't matter which way you go. Soften the knees, take it over into that lovely side bend. And pull yourself up. Wrap this arm around your waist now, lift the opposite arm up. Reach and lift, breathe in, breathe out, and just stretch out again through that waistline and the glutes. And your intercostals. Excellent. Bring the arm down now. Take the hands here behind you into your lumbar spine. And just push the hips forward, squeezing the glutes, pelvic floor, stretch the chest. Look up at the ceiling and feel that belly begin to stretch out. Into the belly. Excellent. And then bring it forward, squeezing into the core. Just bring it forwards and let the body dangle forwards and just open up the vertebrae at the back. So tuck your chin in at this stage. If you've got really tight hands, just bend the knees. And just let the body flop here. And relax and soften. Now tuck the chin in. So you feel the vertebra of the neck stretching as you let the weight of the head relax, the shoulders relax. And then draw a very slow figure of 8 with the head, just to take any stress out of the neck. Bring the head back to the center. Soften the knees, tuck under the tailbone, squeeze the pelvic floor, and roll your body up bone by bone. Take a lovely deep breath in as you stretch and reach. And a nice exhale as you lower the arms down to the sides of the body. Wonderful. We're going to have a nice twist now. So what we're going to do is twist from chair posture. So we're going to bring the arms just forward in front of the body. Breathe in as you breathe out. I want you to sink your bum down as if you're sitting on a stool. Watch those knees don't protrude over the feet, and you're pushing your bottom backwards with the tailbone pointing down to the earth. And imagine someone's got some rope here on the hip bones, and the hip bones are pulling up, and that puts your tailbone in the right position. Now make sure you're relaxing the shoulders, you're not sinking your neck down into the shoulders. And breathe in. As you breathe out, we're going to take our right hand all the way around the back and just follow it round. But keep these knees fixed forward. Don't move one knee more than the other. So you've got one arm in front of you, one arm behind you. Your rotation. Then inhale as you exhale. We're still in our squatting position, but if you need to shake out, feel free to shake out. Inhale as you exhale. Let's take the left hand this time, follow it round, open up through the shoulders. Excellent. Look back at the hand, keeping the knees fixed. Breathe, don't hold your breath. And then inhale, bring it round to the center. As you exhale, drop the arms and push yourself up. And just shake out those knees. Just get rid of any lactic acid there in the knees. Okay, so we're going to kick off today with bear posture. Bear posture is quite strong for it's like a wide-legged squat, if you like. So we're going to do a few just to warm up the legs, because the bear posture is a stationary posture, but you do need quite a bit of strength. So we just warm the legs up first. So if you take your legs apart, have your feet slightly turned out, so your legs are a little bit more apart than the shoulders. Take the arms out to the side of the body, so you hold strong in the arms and relax the shoulders away from the ears. Breathe in. As you breathe out, just sink down as if you're sitting on that stool again, watching those knees aren't overshooting your feet. And imagine those hip bones pulling up a little. So as you feel strong in the back, now make sure that you're pulling up your pelvic floor here and feel as if you've got a zip from right down the bottom, at least to here, to the belly button. So you've got all those transverse abdominal muscles really tightening up here, and the pelvic floor is drawn right the way up into the body. So just hold it there and just feel that maybe tingling sensation going on in the legs. If you've got dodgy knees, remember you need to be squeezing these all the more. So remember, we've got that, what do you call it now? The bicep femoris. And that comes from the outer knee all the way up towards the hips. Lovely. And we want to be squeezing those muscles, and then push up, squeeze and relax. Relax the arms and the shoulders and wiggle. And go down again. Breathe in. Let's dip down again, taking that bottom to the floor, or towards the floor, not to the floor. And remember, you're pushing those hip bones up a little bit, so tilting pelvis back slightly. Excellent. We're going to pulse, tiny pulses on this one. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, squeezing, especially the inner thighs. Squeeze those inner thighs as you pull up. Shake the legs out, and I'll show you bear posture, because it's going to be stationary posture. You're going to hold it for a little bit. So I'll show you the sideways angle because it's easier for you to see. So you have the same legs, exactly the same as before, but this time you're going to be squatting down like you were before, except you're going to hinge forwards here. You're going to take the tailbone away from you, push the sternum down and look forward. The arms come slightly back in like an aeroplane shape. But then what you're going to try to do, so at the moment you see my legs are angled here, and what you're going to aim to do is sink the bottom down, not the knees forward, the bottom down, and you're going to try to get those quads in line with the ceiling, or your hamstrings in line with the floor. That's your aim. I'm not saying you'll do it, but that's your aim. Okay, so let's have a go. So turning the toes out, you need to be strong, remember. Strong in your core for this one because it's a bit of a balance, but also strong in those quads, remember, the muscles around the knees. So let's take the arms out to start with. Let's sink down and watch you not overshooting your toes. Let's hinge forwards from the hips and lift the sternum and start taking the arms back a little. The arms are strong. And then start to head your tailbone down to the floor in this squatting position. Well done. So you're neither down, you're neither up, but these quads should be trying to get them parallel if you've got strong legs, and make sure the muscles are really tight here. And breathe, don't hold your breath, relaxing in the body. Well done. Smile. It's a killer, this one, I tell you. So if you need to shake out at any time, okay? Because it is a killer. So breathing in, but you feel the strength though in those legs. You might feel that you're going from one side to the other in strength stakes. Try to get everything equal and level in the body. Well done. Let's do it for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and push up using your heels. Well done. Shake it out. Feel those quads. Give them a little bit of a slap. Get rid of the lactic acid. Doesn't that get you out of breath? I mean, I'm talking and doing it because I'm breathy anyway, but generally it really raises the heart rate, and yet it's such a simple move, isn't it? Okay, so we're going from there down to the floor. You'll be glad to know after that. So come down to the floor, but come onto the knees. So if you need to cushion your knees, just grab a pillow or a blanket to go underneath the knees. So we're going to camel posture. Camel posture is nice for stretching the quads out, but it's not great for a bad back. So I've got adaptations for those with a bad back. So come onto the knees and stand nice and tall, rather kneel nice and tall. Now your knees need to be underneath your hips, not closed, okay? So have a gap between the knees. I'm showing you sideways on because it's just better visually for you to see. So have your hands here to the lumbar like we did with our back bend earlier on. Squeeze the elbows together and stretch the chest. Tuck under the toes. Breathe in. As you breathe out, squeeze the buttocks and the pelvic floor again, and then squeeze into all the back body as you lean into the body. So you're stretching the front, you're stretching the quads that might be tight after the movement we've just done. So this is your adaptation here. This is your basic move, your basic adaptation. However, if you want to take it up a notch, and I'll leave this to you because you all know your own back, we can do half camel. Now, half camel, you support here still, and then you'll take the other arm and it comes over the top in a circle, and then you reach for the heel. Okay? And then you push the hips forwards and stretch the chest. Look up at the ceiling with a nice neck. Let me have a look at everybody, because don't follow me. I'm looking at you. Make sure you're safe, because this is a nifty one. So you have to be careful. And then we bring that arm all the way back again. Now we'll do the other side. So those that can't do this, just continue with this movement here. Just come in and out, but make sure you're squeezing into that back body. So let's circle, support with the opposite side. It's called half camel. Taking the hand again, watch you're not breaking your toes and you're not leaning all your weight into your foot. Take the opposite arm over. Open the chest and squeeze the shoulders together, and keep the neck in control as you do this half camel. Well done, and breathe. If you need to, use this arm as support with just the arm over the top. And then bring and cartwheel those hands forwards. If you want to, you can do full camel, okay? And that's obviously two arms, and that's a lot more challenging than one. So if it's not for you, come out of it, okay? When you come out of it, you're squeezing the front body to come out of it and soften the back, okay? So you're tensing the one that's collapsed in. So you breathe in, you circle the arms, rotate the arms, you start squeezing the glutes already in the back body. We want some arcing through the chest here, not just the lumbar spine, it's the chest as well. Take the arms all the way over again, and then squeeze the shoulders together. Lift the sternum. I'm coming to have a look, so don't copy me. I want you to feel arc through the upper back. It's not all down to the lower back, it's upper back. Lovely. And then to come out of it, squeeze the front body now, relax the back body and rotate those arms around in a circle. Well done. Let's relax the toes and then sink yourself down here into your child's posture. So you take your hands by your feet and you drop your head on the floor. However, you can put your head on a cushion or a block if it's better for you. And you can also put a cushion underneath your buttocks or underneath the arches of the feet if you need to. And breathe and hold your breath. Well done. And then inhale as you roll yourself up bone by bone and roll the shoulders backwards a few times. Excellent. We're going to have a little stretch by doing a down dog from here. So we're going to place our hands on the floor and grip the floor with the fingertips. Knees are underneath the hips and you're going to tuck under the toes. Now we're going to keep our knees bent. We're not going to straighten out the legs. We hover the knees to start with, so you pull up the pelvic floor. You draw your head back between the arms so your back becomes nice and straight. And then you start to straighten out the legs as much as you can. Then drop the heels down towards the ground. We pedal the legs here because we haven't done any hamstring stretching yet. So pedal the legs by lifting alternate heels and press them down towards the floor. And feel the hamstring and calf stretch, as well as the stretch in the lats. And then come high onto the toes, as high as possible. So as you're really squeezing into the calf muscles, you should feel really tight in the calf. Then breathe in. As you breathe out, let go of the tension in the calf and just go, and let the feet and the heels relax. And to do that again, it's automatic yoga, this one. So we come up onto the toes, really tensing the calf as you're high onto those toes. Inhale, and as you exhale, release and let go, and just allow that stretch to occur. You'll find that there's a little bit more of a stretch then in the calf. Then come down onto the knees and release the toes, bring the body down so your bum is on the heels, and you stretch the arms forwards into extended calf this time, and draw the head either on the floor or on a block. Make sure you tuck in the chin so you're stretching through the neck. Then inhale and curl through the spine, bone by bone, and roll the shoulders backwards a few times. Well done. How are we feeling? All right? Grab yourself a drink now at any time that you need one. I'm just going to bring you a bit closer while I'm on the floor. So what we're going to do is come on into a bridge posture now. So coming onto our bum and roll ourselves down Pilates style, of course. Okay, so we're going to roll down vertebra by vertebra. Squeezing through that front body and then lying yourself down on the floor. Excellent. I'm going to stretch the spine segmentally to start with, so placing the feet firmly on the floor, drawing the feet in close to the body so the shins are vertical, but they're apart. They're not together, neither are the knees. So we're going to squeeze the pelvic floor first of all and push your lower back into the floor, contracting your transverse abdominis, you can see with the bottom. Hold it there and then release and relax as you're stretching and lengthening the spine. Going to take it a little bit higher now, so squeeze the pelvic floor, roll your lower back off the floor, so you're pushing those lower ribs into the floor, so you're starting to creep up towards your rectus abdominis muscles a little bit higher in the body. And then relax as you stretch the spine and let go. Going to take it halfway down now, so you're up onto just underneath the shoulders. So those a few more ribs come off the floor, and you'll feel it higher up now underneath the breastbone here. You'll feel the rectus abdominis muscles up there, really tight. And then roll back down as you stretch the spine. You'll feel good after you did that camel. It feel quite nice. And then do that again, but this time on the shoulders. If you can, remember, you can do either of those other 3 levels. It's fine if that suits your body better. So you're going to push your hips now towards the ceiling. You're going to make sure that you're squeezing the glutes and the hamstrings. They're important muscles while you hold your bridge here. And feel like you're really pushing those hips towards the ceiling. Make sure your upper body is relaxed as you can as you stretch. You might even feel that stretch on the quads if you didn't get a full stretch in camel. And breathe, don't hold your breath. Lovely. We're going to roll back out of it slowly, bone by bone. Have a quick lift of those knees just to stretch through that lower back, especially if you have a tendency to muscle there. And then place the feet back on the floor again. We're going to roll up again. We're going to squeeze again into the pelvic floor, but this time we're going to flow all the way up to the top. So you're on the shoulders. Readjust the feet if it's not comfortable. Push through the heels, squeeze the back body again, and push up. Start to walk your shoulders in a little now, so you start to stretch the chest out a little bit. Excellent. Pushing those hips to the ceiling. Let's lift one foot if you can. You'll feel that nice stretch through the ankle. Drop that foot down and then lift the opposite foot. So nice slow movements as you alternate the feet. So just lifting the heels off the floor, one at a time. So stretching as well through the shins. Lovely. Breathing in, breathing out. Feel the front of that ankle having a nice stretch through. A little bit of a tension on the calf muscle. Well done. Now, if you can, we're going to come up 2 together. If you've sunk down a little bit in your body, the centre body, let's push up again. See if you can come up onto your toes. Hold it there. Breathe. Nice big deep breath in through the nose. Blow out forcefully through the mouth. It does help. Inhale and exhale. If this is too much, just go back to your pedaling of the legs or just the stationary bridge. You do what's right for your body. You're doing really well, guys. Then inhale as you exhale. Let's slowly take those heels to the floor and then roll down bone by bone, stretching through that lower back. Bring the knees in again and just circle this time. So you're stretching the glutes, circling the body one way, then circling the other way. We haven't quite finished in bridge. I've got a couple of alternatives for you for bridge today. See how you feel about it. So we're going to place the feet on the floor as we did before. We're nice and strong in the back body. We do that lift again. And your alternative is coming up now. So as you're in bridge this time, pushing those hips to the ceiling, squeezing into the glutes and the hamstrings, you have the opportunity to lift your leg and place the heel, or the ankle should I say, onto the thigh. And then still lift the body. See how you go. This is opening the hip flexors. If you're tight, your knee might stick up, and that's fine. You do what's right for your body. If it's not suiting you, then just stay in bridge. But make sure that you breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more breath if you can. Inhale and exhale. Take the leg away, pop it down, roll through the spine. Excellent. Bring the knees in again to stretch the glute on that standing leg. Massage the back into the floor if it's required, and take the feet down. Again, we do the same again on the opposite side. So let's take that tailbone up, squeeze the pelvic floor, the back body, push the hips to the ceiling, get some height, and be walking those shoulders underneath you to stretch the chest as well. And if you can, you lift your leg and you place the ankle on top of the thigh. We don't sink here. We lift, try to lift that body up. If you want to, you can actually have a little light support here. Put your hands under your glutes and lift with the light support if you feel that you need it, okay? So breathe in nice and deep. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Keep that back body tight. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Lovely. Take that leg away. Roll down the spine again, bone by bone. Take the knees apart this time. Lift one knee, then the other with the knees apart, and just hug into the side body with the thighs. Excellent. One more version of the bridge if you want to do it. If it's too tough, go to the first version, just the bridge, the pedal of the legs, or the ankle on top of the thigh. So any of the versions will do. This next one is a little bit too tough. See how you go. So you're going to squeeze into the body, lift the body up. Go and get the legs in a comfortable position for you. You're squeezing into this back body as you lift. And then we're going to take leg up, doesn't matter which one, taking the leg up and you're pushing upwards, holding that static posture there. So breathing in, breathing out in the lift. If this is too much, drop the ankle down onto the thigh or drop the foot onto the floor and just lift the heel. Do what's right for your body. Okay? And breathe, don't hold your breath. Well done. Let's hold it for another 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And lower the leg, roll through the spine. Again, part the legs, give the knees a hug, stretch through that lower back, rocks from side to side to give it a massage. And then pop the feet on the floor, still hip distance apart with those feet, not too wide. And then roll up again using strength of the back body as you lift and breathe. Reposition the feet into a comfortable balanced position for you. If you can, lift the opposite leg, pointing the toe to the ceiling, once you've not sunk here, and you lift through the body again. You can use your hands as a little light support if you need to under the glutes. If it's, especially if you've got a sore back, sore back and go back a stage for sure. So breathe in, breathe out as you hold that posture. You're doing really well. Good job, guys. Let's hold it for a further 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and drop the foot down to the floor. Roll through the spine, bone by bone, separating the vertebra. And again, hugging those knees. Separate the knees and have your hands one on each knee or shin, and then circle, mirror image of each knee. So you're circling outwards with both knees rather than circling both together. And it just stretches that lower back a little bit more, opens the sacrum. And the opposite direction, stretch through that body, massaging the back in the floor. Breathing in and breathing out the whole time. Well done. Bringing the knees together and popping the feet on the floor. Excellent. Take the arms out to the side, just a little bit more relief as we take our knees from one side to the other, using your core to draw into the centre with those legs rather than leg power itself. Just working into the side body a little bit, just warming it through. And lovely. Well done. Excellent. And then we're going to roll ourselves up to sitting by drawing the knees in and just pushing yourself up using your core until you're in a sitting position. Excellent. Bring you over here now. How are we doing? All right so far? Yeah. Lots of bridges there, weren't there? Okay. What we're going to do now is from bridge to boat. Okay. It's all about water today, isn't it? Bridges and boats. Okay. So what you're going to do is have your knees bent to start with to see how you fare with boats. And then we know boats not suitable for every body type. So if you're still working on your core, remember your go-to is always hands behind the thighs and then go back and forwards, back to the biting point and then fall back again. So if you've got quite a poorly back, then this is the way to go, okay? But keep those shoulders relaxed. For those that can, we'll go in stationary boat and take the hands away. See how you go. You need to be squeezing and pulling up that core. Relax the back and shoulders. Taking your feet off the floor if you can. Excellent. If you can't and you need that support, take the support here. And any time that you need to soften up, put your legs on the floor and give yourself a cuddle. Okay. Now I can see some shoulders are up like this. Let's relax the shoulders back down. Here you are. Wonderful. If you can, let's lengthen the legs. If it's too much, don't. Just put one leg on the floor and do one leg at a time if you want to. Okay, there's lots of variations to both, but you need to be strong in your core. Breathing in and breathing out. Excellent. Now, I'm throwing something in the mix here. See if you can reach for your feet or your leg. Okay? Just throwing something here in the mix. See how you go. You know, I like to test you out. Okay. Sometimes you need to come out of our comfort zone. If it's too much, drop your one leg down. Just extend one leg and see how you go. Okay? You do what's right for you. Take the opposite arm away if you can. This is a challenge for your balance now. And try to take it behind you as you open up through the chest. Quite strong in the core you need to be for this. Then we got the option of popping that leg on the floor and doing one-legged if you like. Well done, and bring that arm back to the centre, back to both. You can change legs. Take the arm out and wide and stretch the opposite way. Again, if it's too much, pop your foot down on the floor and just do it one-legged. Okay. Hold it here if you like, if that's better for you. Just do what's right for your body. Well done, guys. Good try. Excellent try. Well done. Go, Claire. Brilliant. We come all the way back. Drop the legs down. That's testing on the whole hip flexors, isn't it? Yeah. Did you feel it there in the hip? I did. I felt it in the hips. I'm sure on that one. But well done. That was really good. So we're coming onto our knees now, guys. So if you need something on cushioning your knees, then feel free to cushion the knees. Okay, so yeah, I've got a few challenges down for today, actually. So see how you fare on this. Just do what your body can do, okay? You don't want to feel pain. discomfort's something else, really. Sometimes you have to wake up things to know they're already there and they exist. So, but it certainly shouldn't be painful. So stop if there's any sharp pain or take it back. I've got some adaptations for this as well, for those that are unable to do this one. So planks we know of, yes, we've done planks a few times in this class. Hands are, or rather wrists are directly under the shoulder. Remember, we're gripping the floor so the weight is into the front of the hand. If this is absolutely not your bag at all, then take it down here onto your forearms and do a forearm plank instead. Okay, so if it really does ache your wrist, do your forearms instead. Stretching the one leg out is good enough. If that's all you can do, that's fine. Stay with the other knee, but take the knee back a little so as you're challenged a little bit in your core. So you pull in that belly button right the way back to the back of the spine. If you can, you lift both legs. Now try not to dip here like this in the back. That's really not good for your back. If anything, you lift the bum a little bit higher, but not into a down dog if you need to. But take the knees as a better option would be to take the knees, so keep the back flat, take the knees to the floor. And breathe, don't hold your breath. Excellent. Come down now onto the knees, give yourself a break because we're going into a side stretch from here. So let's stretch out the back with a lovely extended child, those that need that back release. And we're coming now into a side plank, a high side plank. So you're reaching at the side of the body now, side body, and then you're going to bring your shoulder, so it's level with your wrist again, you're still gripping the floor with the fingers. As an adaptation, you can keep this knee on the floor, okay, the knee that's nearest to the hand that's on the floor. You can keep that on the floor if you like. But if you can, for a side plank, you're taking the both feet out. Now, if you've got quite strongly balanced, you might be able to balance with the feet stacked. But if you're not, you might need to have one forward. And then you flow the opposite arm up towards the sky. Like I said, if it doesn't suit you, take the knee to the floor, don't hurt yourself. And breathe, don't hold your breath. Or cross the legs here, or stack if you want the full balance. She says, on balance and talk. Take the arm overhead, lovely side pull. Lovely. And then take the hands back down to the floor. Bring yourself square on and take it back again into that lovely extended child. Excellent. Going to do the same again, but on the other side. Pop you over here now. Same again on the other side. So you're kneeling. Placing that hand here, so it's in line with the shoulders. As you push your weight over your shoulder in line with that wrist. Gripping the floor with the fingers. Remember, forearm if it's too much, your forearm. But don't sink into the shoulder or hurt your shoulder. Stretching one leg out first. And then stretching the opposite leg out. Either feet stacked here. Or put one foot in front of the other if balance is an issue. Or drop that inside knee to the floor. Do what's good for your body. Excellent. Breathing in, as you breathe out, take the arm overhead. So you're pulling through here. So you're keeping that height. Well done. You're looking great. Then inhale as you exhale, lower the hand down, bring it to the floor, twist around, drop the knees to the floor, and take it back again into that extended child. Roll through the spine, roll the shoulders backwards because I want your opinion on the next bit. So I'll tell you what my plan was and you can tell me if it's a good idea or not. We're going to flow from full plank into the, remember these can be adapted versions as well. So from full plank into side plank, back into full plank, into the other side plank, back into plank. How do you feel about that? I've got a hands going like this. I've got a few like that. I've got a few like this. Oh, I've got one like this. There's a few haven't given me any signals yet. Not quite sure. Can I give? So I'll do it, but I'll give you an alternative for those that have had enough of it. I don't want to do that anymore. Your alternative is a very, very subtle cat-cow. You all know cat-cow, yeah? So your cat-cow posture can be just threading through into this position. So you can come in and out of this posture. But I still want you to be working your core as you're doing it, because it's all about core, okay? See how you feel. But you can do the adapted version if you like. So for those that want to have a bash, bring it back here now in the centre. We're going to start with plank. So our hands are here. Remember your adapted version, the knees stay on the floor, or you can do onto the arms. All right. Excellent. See how you feel. Stretching the legs out, one then the other, bringing the weight forwards or dropping the knees to the floor, gripping that floor, breathing in, pull the belly button in to keep tight in the belly button and the pelvic floor. Let's go over to one side, doesn't matter which side it is, adapted version knees to the floor. Take the arm up, breathing in. And breathing out, taking the arm over. Stretch side body. Bring the back, the arm up high. Inhale again. As you exhale, flow the hand back down to the floor, back into your high plank. Squeezing that belly button. Remember, pop your knee to the floor if you need to. Inhale now as you exhale, let's do it the opposite way. So I've got my back to you now. And taking the arm all the way up. Take it all the way over. Take it high again. As you exhale, drop it down, back into your plank. And then drop the knees to the floor. Wasn't too bad, was it? And take it all the way down. Get the heart rate up for sure. All the way down to extend your tongue. Drop the head onto the floor, onto a block. It's too low down. And breathe. Don't hold your breath. Lovely. And roll yourself up to sitting when you're ready. Excellent. How are we feeling? All right? Wasn't too bad, was it? Okay. So I think I was reading today or last night now. I think it was Helena Roosevelt that says you've got to do something daring every day of the week to make yourself feel alive. So that's your daring for this week. Or for today. So stretch your legs nice and wide and feel this lovely inner thigh stretch going on here now. Lovely. Now we're going to take our hands behind. Now you can use your fists if you need to, or again your forearms if you need to. What you're going to do is take your hands behind, doesn't matter whether they're facing forward, sideways or backwards. And then we're going to engage our core, pull up the pelvic floor. Make sure you I want you to tighten all of your arms for this so you don't sink in the shoulders and damage your shoulders. Breathe in. As you breathe out, you want to lift your bottom off the floor, don't lift too far, and then just look up at the ceiling. And you'll feel that much bigger in the thigh stretch going on. Lovely. And then lower it down, not holding it for too long. See how you felt about that? Yeah, good. Hands. Yeah, it's always hands, isn't it? Yeah, unfortunately, you do have to use them in postures, and but it is a pain if you suffer with sore wrists. Like I said, you can do it knuckles down. Make sure your knuckles are softened though, not on hard floor. And then you can push up using your knuckles instead, and just squeeze into the front body as you push up. Lovely. And hold. Inhale as you exhale, lower it down to the ground, bring the arms forward and give the hands a nice shake out. Brilliant. And then take a big breath in, reach up tall and pull out the waistline. As you exhale, flow the hands down towards the legs and start to flow forward. They hinge forwards from the hips, but lead with the sternum, not the head. As you start to stroke down the legs. Excellent. Relax the shoulders. If you need to bend the knees a little, if you've got tight hamstrings, need to bend the knees, do that if you want to. Support them even with a blanket if you like. And with every out breath, just let the body drop and sink so you can feel that lovely stretch of the inner thigh. And then inhale, and as you exhale, roll yourself up through the spine, bone by bone, and roll the shoulders backwards a few times. Draw the legs in. It doesn't really matter in the next bit what you're going to do with the legs. So if you like, you can cross your legs. You can sit kneeling, you can sit with your legs straight, it doesn't matter. Sit on a cushion even if you want, because we're going to do a bit of upper body now in this position. Even stand if you prefer, and you've had enough of sitting down. So we're going to bring our arms out nice and wide and sit up tall. If you're curled in the spine like that, you definitely need to be sitting on a cushion and give yourself some height. Because we want your spine length, and you'll be able to do that if you're tight. So let's lift up from the crown of the head, lift towards the ceiling. So you're lifting lovely. Imagine there's a rod down the length of the spine, holding you up tight. Chin is parallel but tucked back just a touch. And then roll the shoulders just a few times backwards and a few times forwards. Excellent. Then take the arms away, shoulder height, and flex the wrists. It's nice for your wrists after what you've just done. So flex the wrists and just have a small tennis ball circle with the arms backwards. So keep the arms nice and strong. Really push out with the heel of the hands as you do this, and not limp arms, really strong dominant arms. So this is for your upper body and your arms, remember. So breathing in, breathing out. So keep the strength and keep the tension on in the arms as it takes it out to the shoulders. And then let's go forward. Same movement, just going forwards. Well done, making sure you're breathing. Lovely. And then have your hands nice and flat and feel like somebody's pulling your fingers away from the body, the centre of the body. So really feel strong in the arms. You might be feeling this already. Breathing in, breathing out. Then we're going to turn the hands so as the hands are facing forwards, little finger to the floor. And we're going to push back as if somebody's got your hands and they're pulling your hands behind your back, but you're keeping your arms at shoulder height if you can. So stretching through the pecs. We're going to have tiny, I mean tiny, little tiny pulses here. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring them back to the centre. Try not to put them down. If you need to shake out, because it is testing for you. I want you to turn your hands down now so the thumbs are facing down. Still at shoulder height, and again, if it's too much, don't get too fatigued. Shake them out if you need to. Keep the body nice and tall. Breathe in as you breathe out. Let's push the hands back again. Lovely. You should feel definitely the front of those arms and shoulders. Should feel that now. Start to pulse again. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and bring them in. Oh, shake it out. Isn't it? Yeah. Where did you feel? It's a matter of interest. I'm really keen to know. Where did you point on your body where you felt it on your body? Right. So those that are feeling it in the shoulders, you need to be tensing your arms a lot more than you are. And then you'll feel it, should feel it less in the shoulder. Those that are feeling it in the arms, that's where we're aiming for. So well done for that. But yeah, so think about the movement that you're doing. If you feel it in the arms and it's overkill for the arms and it creeps into the neck and the shoulders here, you need to be coming out, shaking out, stretching out, and then return to the movement just in the arms, because we're not trying not to fatigue the neck as we do it. I mean, we'll have a little bit of an impact, but the majority of this should be the strength in the arms. But hey ho. Anyway, let's get to the next one. See how keen you all are. Take the arms up and bend the elbows now. I told you upper body. Lift again out of the crown of the head, sit nice and tall. And if you cross legs, cross the other way. Okay, so we stretch the other hip better. Excellent. Push back now. Squeeze as if you're squeezing that pencil. I feel like you're squeezing that pencil in between the shoulder blades. Stretching the pecs. Lift those. You lift up into a U, not a double U, remember? Wonderful. And then bring the hands back. Close the hands. Close the elbows and the forearms also if you can. And then stretch up towards the ceiling. So you feel that lovely stretch across the back and the neck. Excellent. Start to lean and hinge forwards. Excellent. Stretch and reach forwards. And then use your core strength to pull you back up again. Take the arms and separate the arms, push and squeeze that pencil. Keeping up into a U rather than a W, pushing the heel of the back of the hands and the forearms really back into space and really push back into the space behind you. Excellent. Breathe in. As you breathe out, take the hands together, take the arms together, and really press and squeeze. Lift those arms up a touch. Breathe. Just hold that position for the 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. And shake those arms out. Okay, so we've got one more arm exercise, which is for our tricep. And I'll give you different levels this time. So for those that want to work hard, you can. So the very basic one would be to turn your palms of your hands forwards towards your buttocks. Have them away from the buttocks, not tucked under though. Elbows point backwards. Remember, we're not sinking. Never sinking into the shoulders. There's always a lovely graceful neck coming out of your shoulders. And then you squeeze in before you start. So don't go into it and then think about it after. I want you to start by squeezing the muscles in the arms so that it keeps it out the shoulders. And then dip the elbows back and push yourself up using your arm strength. There's a little bit, about 30% of full power going on here. But predominantly I want you to be using your arms. Now while you carry on with that movement, that basic movement, I'm going to show you how you can up it to level. I'll use my little table, which you would know is there, but it's here. So if you want to work a little bit harder, you can have something stable and hold the edge. Then you can walk yourself out here and start to dip here instead. So you're carrying more weight, basically. If you want to go for this one, you can if you've got a piece of furniture that's nice and sturdy. If you want to work harder still, then you take your legs out straight and you do it from here. Okay. Again, you're not sinking into the shoulders. These are just alternatives if you wanted to increase the intensity of the exercise. I'll go down here because I can see everybody. So if you wanted to, feel free to do any of those. Hold it there. Hold it if you can. If you can't, shake it out and join me again afterwards. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And squeeze into the arms to push yourself up rather than your shoulders. Well done. Good job shaking out. Excellent. So now we're going to take our arms shoulder height. We're going to take the one wrap around the body and then the other comes underneath. So you squeeze in that arm and shoulder. Lovely. Turn the head the opposite direction. So you're looking over the shoulder. Lovely. And breathe and hold your breath. And then relax the arms, take them wide again. And wrap the other arm around and then take the other arm underneath the upper arm to pull the upper arm into you. And then turn the head to look over the opposite shoulder. And breathe. Again, don't hold your breath. Just feel that lovely relax in the shoulders. Excellent. And take the arms away, give them a nice shake out. Now, I want to do these activities. I should have mentioned it's better if you struggle, if you've got a tie or something, a scarf, something like that, or the yoga belt to hand. But it doesn't matter. You can use your clothing if you want to. I'm going to turn my back to you to show you this next bit. So what you're going to do is you're going to reach up the hand here. The other arm's coming here in between the shoulder blades, and then you take your hand down and you attempt to interlock here. If you can't do that, just hold your clothing and stretching again through the arms. Okay, so see how you go. I'll show you from the front view now. So taking your one arm behind the back, and you can use your arm here just to push it up, the elbow up, so as you get between the shoulder blades, hoisting it up, and don't damage yourself. Inhale as you exhale, pull up through the spine and then drop the hand behind you, keeping the elbow raised up towards the ceiling and see if you can reach your fingers. Like I said, don't worry if you can't, it doesn't matter. It's give you a lovely tricep stretch though. And breathe. And it's lovely to stretch through the pecs as well, and shoulders, top and bottom. And then inhale as you exhale, slowly let go. Relax the arms, give them a nice shake out. We'll do the other side. The other side, the chosen side, always the best side. The other side's always a bit stiffer. And again, you can use your hand here under the elbow and just bring it up a little bit between the shoulders. Take the opposite arm, reach up, breathe in as you breathe out, bend the elbow and reach for that hand again. Keeping the elbow nice and high as you reach. Breathing in, breathing out. Excellent. Nice stretch through the chest. Lifts the diaphragm. Lovely. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly release and let go. Shake out those arms. Good job. Okay. So we're going to unwrap the legs now and come down onto our hands and knees. We're going to take our toes together and separate the knees as wide as you can. Yeah. You can have your feet tucked under if you get cramp, but if you can, just relax your toes on the floor. So get the legs nice and wide. Sink your buttocks down onto the heels. And then come down onto the forearms. As if you're in like a butterfly type child, white child, like all this. And then we're going to do a thread the needle from here, which is another shoulder stretch, and trying to relieve the tension from those shoulders down. So what you're going to do is take your one hand and thread it under like you do with the threading the needle posture, and then drop the shoulder to the floor. Excellent. Now, as you do this, you can push down with the hand that's on the floor. You push down and twist the shoulders into a bigger, more dynamic rotation and twist the shoulders. And you can creep the bottom hand along the floor a bit more to get more of the stretch if you need it. If you can, and you might need to block under the head if it's too uncomfortable for your neck. But if you can, take the opposite arm and raise it up towards the ceiling. So this hand that's on the floor in front of the face, take that hand up towards the ceiling. And then if you can, rotate the arm so the hand's facing backwards. And then take the hand and wrap it round the waist and see if you can hold on to your thigh. And breathe. Hello, Luna. And breathe. Lovely. Then untangle that arm, bring it back to the front. Put it on the floor and push yourself all the way up so your hands are back in front of you. Come back down onto the forearm and we'll do the opposite side. So taking the arm underneath, drop the shoulder to the floor and the head to the floor on a cushion if it's too much for you. And then again, put your hand on the floor and push back first of all into a bigger, more dynamic twist. And then take the opposite arm and draw it up towards the ceiling for a stretch. And if you can, turn the hand, face it backwards, and then wrap the hand around the waist and see if you can hold on to your thigh. Breathe down to breath. Really nice release for tight shoulders this one. Has anybody got fatigue to do arm exercises? It should be nice release. And draw the hand all the way back. Put the hand on the floor. Push yourself up. Walk your knees in towards each other now. Roll yourself up. And we'll come into a squat. So if you can, come onto the toes and push yourself up into a squat. So you feel that lovely stretch through the ankles. Now, as we push up, we'll be using our core strength, the power of the legs to push up. So make sure your body weight's even. Using a piece of furniture if you need to support. Take the hands away if you can, but if you can't, keep your hands down on the floor. Straighten the back to start with, so you're in that lovely balance. Then breathe in. As you breathe out, you're going to bend your weight forwards and push the heels down to the floor. Squeeze and pull into the pelvic floor, really squeezing around the top of those knees to bring yourself nice and upright. Well done. Breathe in, have a nice big stretch. A little back bend here to stretch through the core muscles. And then exhale, let the arms drop. Excellent. And relax. Shake out the body. Give your body a wiggle, a stretch anywhere it needs stretching and wiggling. Lovely. Shall we relax now, guys? You're doing well today. Well done. There's a few challenging steps for you today. So well done, and hats off for giving that a go. So have yourself a drink, and yeah, you might want to put some slower music on there if you've got something racy on at the moment. I'm going to get my fluffy socks at the ready. And the feet don't get cold. Yeah, Jenny's got fluffy socks as well. It's a winter thing, isn't it? For sure. There we go. It was a bit of a shocker waking up to the frost this morning, wasn't it? Pretty though. Very into the season. So you can hear me better. Okay, so lie yourself down and make yourself as comfortable as possible. I'm going to start by tensing and relaxing the body. Is Tilly going to relax with Mummy today? It's nice having a snuggle together. Bye, Claire. Okay, so we're going to tense our feet and push our knees to the floor. We're going to screw up our hands and raise the arms a few inches off the floor and tighten through your arms. Squeeze into your buttocks, your pelvic floor, and push your lower back into the floor. Press the ribs into the floor and your upper back so you tighten through the chest. And then begin to tighten your neck, your throat, screw up your eyes, wrinkle your nose, purse your lips, frown your forehead. And tighten everything in your body. Take a lovely long deep breath in. And as you breathe out, big sigh, let out those toxins. You want to lie in Shavasana, which is the relaxation posture. You can turn your fingers up towards the ceiling and let your fingers naturally curl into the palms of your hands with your arms just a few inches away from the body on the floor. Let's take our neck, our head, turn our head from left to right to take any stiffness away from the neck. And then bring the head back to the center. Lift the head off the floor and tuck in the chin to lengthen the back of the neck. And let the head roll back onto the mat. Let's take a full breath now. So breathe deep, as if you're breathing into the hips, and feel some movement in the hips as you breathe deep into your lungs towards your belly. Expand through the rib cage and take the air right into the chest without moving those shoulders. Enjoy the fullness of that breath. As you exhale, exhale and relax slowly as you let go of tension in your body. Just feel it melting into the floor. Give your body a quick scan now. Scan from your head to your fingers and toes. And notice if any areas of tension or tightness in your body tonight. If there are any, take that lovely long deep breath in from the bottom of the lungs, expanding right to the top. Hold the breath and then direct the breath to the part of the body that's tight. And let go, relax that tension. Feel your head growing heavy to the floor. Feel your jaw begin to relax. Open your jaw nice and wide as you can. And then let it go, close it, and then just imagine I've popped your favourite sweet into your mouth. And you just suck in the sweet and you're moving your jaw from side to side. And then relax as if that sweet's melted. Just relax the jaw. Start to relax your eyes. If you've got them open, maybe try closing them, or just shutting them a little. And allow the eyes to roll back into the sockets. Relax all of your features. Watch there are no frown lines, and allow the lines on your face to melt, to soften. And feel all of the muscles under your hair. Notice if there's tightness that you've got in your scalp. And just relax the muscles under your scalp and allow your head to sink heavily into the floor. Feel your neck begin to soften, relax and release. And feel your shoulders beginning to let go of any tension, feeling it melting away. Allow your arms to grow heavy, your hands and your wrists, your fingers and thumbs to grow heavy to the floor. On the next out breath, let go of any tension in your chest. Allow your chest to relax and your ribs to relax. Feel your stomach growing soft. And begin to let go of any tension in your glutes, your buttocks. Allow your hips to soften and relax. Your lower back to grow heavy into the floor. Feel a softness begin to flow down your calf, your quad muscles, in your thighs, letting go of any tension in your thighs and your hamstrings. Soften and relax your knees. Mindfully let go of any tension in your shins and your calf muscles. Relaxing your feet and your toes, your ankles. Breathe in and feel your whole spine lengthen along the floor. And as you breathe out, feel your whole back begin to soften and relax deeply into the mat. Acknowledging any thoughts that disturb your relaxation, and then just let those thoughts go and bring yourself in the moment. Just appreciating the stillness in your mind and your body. Letting go of tension, letting go of your day. Becoming peaceful in your mind and body. And start to breathe just that little bit deeper. And start to become aware now of your body. Become aware of your room, noises and smells maybe in your home. Notice the textures of your clothing, my voice. Start to feel energy flowing into your body. Imagine your feet and your legs start to become alive and awake. Your arms and your hands become alive and awake as you gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Feel your body awakening, your head and your neck beginning to awake as you start to move your head just a little. Maybe start to move your shoulders a little. And then stretch your body any way you feel you need to stretch your body. Bringing your feet either flat on the floor or your knees to your chest, and just massage your back into the floor by rocking your knees from side to side or circling the knees into the body. Then roll over onto your side in fetal position, supported by your hands and arms. Allowing the awareness to come back in your body to awaken. And gently push yourself up to sitting when you're ready. Take the palms of the hands together and give them a lovely rub. Start to massage or pat your face, whatever you want to do to just gently wake yourself up and stimulate the senses. Give your neck and your shoulders a bit of a squeeze. And take the arms out to the side of the body. Take a lovely deep breath in as you swoop the arms up, have a nice big stretch and a lovely big sigh. Just let go. And again, inhale up and exhale, big sigh. And a big clap. Well done, guys. I'll just stop that recording. If you just bear with me a second.